make this one a feel good interview, just a few minutes, and we do have a gold medalist, so we probably will be chatting to her as well. You're on.
Who won?
Humpy.
Okay.
Her game was the deciding one.
India's really gonna fight you. These are not jeans.
No.
I'm actually cultured, so I don't own a single pair of jeans. I looked in my closet and I don't have a single pair of jeans, so
me neither, but I wouldn't say I'm cultured. I'm actually in sweatpants and boots today. I feel like I'm dressed like Brandon Jacobson. I feel like this is Jacobson, the Uggs and the sweats. And
yeah, well, Brandon is quite a talented player. He had a great game against FIDE.
Yeah,
revolutionary with game theory.
8-4.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe probably talk about that. But, there's always new things to learn.
There's always new things to learn. Yeah, I saw that. How was your tournament going?
Not good. The Rapid, I really struggled to. The time management is just Rapid. As Dubov said, he had an interview where he said, "When I play Rapid, I don't know whether I should drink all night or sleep all night." And I don't have that dilemma, but managing time is so difficult. It's such like a weird. I spent a month just playing, 8 hours of blitz every day. So the time format is something still beyond my comprehension. A bit of tilt, but I think the format definitely should be longer. To be honest, I think 13 games is really enough to decide World Championship.
15, you think?
I don't know. It should be more. It's like you see, there's so much variance. I don't, because everyone's ratings are, obviously I play terribly, but everyone's ratings rapidly are so inaccurate. Like you have 26, 60 FIDEs with 2400. So, I think maybe I like the knockout move, but I still would prefer more games. Like I don't know, I'd say at least 20 games. Because you see, even like there's so many really good players. Where are they? So
yeah, that is fair. I've had to scroll through the player list several times to find people. And you're right, like I've seen some top grandmasters have ratings that are 2600. I see also strong GMs who are generally 2500 at like 2200. Bruins and Norway, 2180.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, I don't know, I just think that like you're deciding a world championship, there has to be more games. Generally what's happened in a few years is I would lose one game and then I would, sort of, the tilt could be difficult to manage. And Rapid is sort of hard to move past the tilt like Blitz because you have all this time for the loss to sink in. In the Blitz, you just play right after, so you can sort of just play yourself out of the tilt. But I prefer. I think we need a lot better games. Like the Blitz is great. You have a knockout, top 8, but still, it's like I don't know. Okay, Merzen's a great player, playing really well, but there's so much variance.
Yeah.
For such a title, I feel like you should have. It shouldn't be like.
That certainly makes sense. Obviously, there's a break day tomorrow. Then there's the Blitz, which I feel like we sort of talked a lot about.
Yeah.
I'd love to know your thoughts on the elephant in the room. I saw some tweets. You kind of said if you think this is just about the genes, it's really not. So I want to know the Hans Niemann unfiltered.
No, but this is just sort of a power play, right? Because this is it's a bit weird. People think that this is about genes. This is a, how do I word this? Let's just say that I think that Magnus was very happy that he was the third tournament because now he has the perfect excuse to completely challenge FIDE in the way he's wanted to do for a very long time. And with his obviously financial, when it comes to the Freestyle Chess Tour, which I was invited to, I guess because they had my rating, and honestly, Buchner, nothing negative to say about him. Met him. Great things to say. I have nothing against the tour. I'm playing a qualifier. But, the reason why he's doing this is just to discredit FIDE so that his tour can be labeled as the official World Championship. And, they just raised $12 million, right? That's a big sort of investment. And how can you, I presume Magnus would be a shareholder in the company, just like he maybe is a shareholder in chess.com, whether it's a merger. So I would, I've gone on a bit, but this, in my opinion, was a coordinated and planned thing. It's not some random thing that happened. this is the perfect way for them to discredit FIDE. And once they discredit FIDE, then they can call whatever they want the World Championship, right? Because there's this sort of battle, like in the entire world of chess, you have all these people who are vying for the stupid name of the World Championship. So chess.com announced their global championship, which was first called World Championship, and then I guess that was a test to see how FIDE would react, and they changed it to global, probably because of legal threats. But no, I feel like they've successfully sort of done they've won it's a PR battle, and now he has the complete, let's say, protection to secede from FIDE, because there's a Gene's headline, which is, I guess, confusing people about what's really happening.
That all makes sense. In your opinion, how do we crown a world champion? Is it something we need? Should tennis have a more tennis-like system where we have 4 to 5 agreed-upon tournaments that are elite? Then we have some sort of majors. Do you like the whole candidates qualification circuit?
No, I think that first of all, FIDE obviously should be given credit for many things, but I find that current, if you look at the history of the candidates, it was established, let's say FIDE back in, let's say the early was also the players, and it was sort of well known that you have 8 to 70 players in the candidates tournament, and if it's on a knockout, you could guarantee that a Russian player would win and maintain the title. So I think that if you look at the entire system, the candidates 8 people to sway. I don't know. I feel like the most meritocratic way for any system is that you need to have as many sort of open qualification systems. Like, freestyle tour is great, and huge prizes, amazing for the players, but only one spot is going to an open qualifier, right? Even I'm playing a qualifier. I would say that for example, for the FIDE circuit, right? Since I don't really receive invitations to that tournament, it makes it harder for me to do better in the FIDE circuit. So, for example, if you get to play the Grand Chess Tour, or you get to play Vaikonze, which is, let's say, a bit of a subjective thing, then you have an advantage of getting the candidate. So, I would say that to make something a world championship, it needs to be as meritocratic as possible. You need to give every single player the opportunity. For example, Merzan is a very young, talented player. Is Merzan ever going, maybe now, but with every single top tournament, if you want to have some level of prestige, you need to have open qualifiers. So, for example, Vaikonze, why is it just one person who selects people? Right? Why isn't there an online qualifier? In tennis, you can be an absolute nobody. Like I remember when Emma Raducanu qualified to the US Open. Some qualifier, she wins the US Open. You don't have that in chess. Like if you are, the democratization of information throughout the world has leveled the playing field in terms of improvement, and is given rise to all these great players from, let's say, impoverished countries, if you compare to how lucky we are to be in America, and players with limited financial resources have been able to break in, but in reality, there's so many talented players, even if you see people you never heard of who are crushing online, who they're completely stuck. For example, Lazar. Why is this guy 20,000 feet? Why is his rating so low? So I think we need a centralized Grand Prix system like an ATP Tour. But I also think that there should be rating decay. Like the entire system's broken because people can play 10, 15, 20 games a year and there are no consequences. Like how can someone, for example, Magazine card find some of the best players in the world, but they don't play enough. And if they're not incentivized to play, then they're not incentivized to play classical chess. And I think that the entire system is just sort of unfair. And there are so many, I think, amazing, talented players who can make it in the tournaments and give the opportunity.
I don't think I have anything else to add. That was very well stated. I hope we can sit down again during the Blitz, maybe before you make it to the knockout, or maybe before you get a podium finish.
Yeah, no, I think the Blitz will be much better. Obviously, because I have a lot of, obviously after Paris, there are sort of 2 people who I, let's say, regard quite highly. Everyone else I feel confident against. So maybe, I hope he can't get the Blitz. I wouldn't mind if he drops out, because I guess he was wearing jeans yesterday. But my only message would be, I think that everyone I think there's so many egos in chess, including mine, but it's really important that the sanctity and the competitive integrity of the game is prioritized, and that every single person deserves this opportunity. And obviously, I believe that everyone is entitled to the equality of opportunity. Obviously, not equality without them, because that would be DI, but the opportunity is important. I think that if the freestyle school wants to do that, my advice, I would say that you should make it half. Like, make 5 players qualify, and that way you just give everyone a chance, and then, then you'll actually be able to see who the best players people are.
Awesome. Pleasure. Maybe I'll see you in the next few days. Back to you guys.
Are you playing with this?
I was actually hoping to when Michael said he would, but I think Josiah better.
Oh yeah, I was actually, yeah. They can make room.